He hits another.
Well, that's what he can do really well. He can stroke that fridge.
Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. It's CoopsHoops, and I'm here to talk about part 2 of my predictions. This time the Western Conference of my preseason and actual standings predictions. But before that, I want you to subscribe, turn on notifications, as we'll be talking about basketball throughout the whole year. And with that said, let's get into it. So currently number 1 in the West at 7-1 is the Utah Jazz. And originally for my preseason prediction, I had the Phoenix Suns. Now Phoenix has gotten off to a little bit rocky start, but they're still top 4 in the West right now. I expect them to continue to get better, and as they get healthier. And Devin Booker didn't really get a chance to rest because he had to go straight to the Olympics. Chris Paul's older, but right now he's averaging like 11 assists. He's not scoring as much, but I expect them to be fine. They probably won't be number 1 like I predicted, but they'll still be good. Number 2 in the West at 7-1 also is the Golden State Warriors. Now, I predicted that the Utah Jazz would be here at number 2, and the Jazz right now are the number 1 seed, so I did expect them to be a top 2 seed, and they are playing like a top 2 seed right now. I think they're just a well-built team. Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert's playing the best he's ever played. You got Mike Conley, who's coming off an all-star season, and they got 6th man of the year and Jordan Clarkson, Joe Ingles. They have a lot of talent. Bojan Bogdanovic. They just have a lot of talent, and I think they're going to be top 2 for sure in the West. Number 3 in the West right now at 5-3 are the Dallas Mavericks. My predictions, I had the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I am a Lakers fan. I'm not biased, but I think we are struggling out the gate right now, but I think we're going to figure it out, and I think we're eventually going to reclaim my prediction and get the 3rd seed. Right now we're currently 5th, but we're just working out the kinks. We got to make sure that Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Russell Westbrook all stay healthy. So if they all stay healthy, I think the Lakers will end up being the 3rd seed and can make a deep playoff run. Number 4 in the West at 4-3 are the Phoenix Suns. My predictions were the Denver Nuggets in the preseason. Right now, the Nuggets are the 8th seed. I don't know. They're still trying to figure it out. Michael Porter Jr. hasn't been as efficient as a scorer. He hasn't been. I don't know. He just hasn't looked like himself this year. They did get Will Barton back, so he's probably taking shots away. Jokic looks fine. I think maybe Jamal Murray has a lot to do with it, but right now I expect him to be in the playoffs, but we'll have to see what happens. Number 5 in the West right now are the Los Angeles Lakers at 5-4. My preseason rankings, I had the Dallas Mavericks 5th, and I guess it might have been a little too low, but it's about the same range. Right now Dallas is 3rd. I have them finishing 5th. I still think that can happen. It's still early, but Dallas for sure should be one of the teams that's securely in the playoffs. And maybe Luka might be able to get out the first round this year. We'll see how him and how him and Porzingis do in the regular season, and if they can build it in the playoffs. Number 6 right now in the West are the Sacramento Kings at 5-4. I had the Golden State Warriors here in the preseason at 6. I did always believe in the Warriors. I didn't know that they would be, number 2 in the West right now this year. But I felt like with Klay coming back, Steph had an MVP year, Draymond, Wiggins, they have a lot of talent. But the emergence of Jordan Poole, getting Iggy back, have young talent. James Wiseman will be coming back soon. They have a lot of talent that they can make a championship run. And I had them securely in the playoffs, but right now they really look like they can be a championship contender. And it revolves around Steph and the crew. Number 7 in the West currently are the Memphis Grizzlies at 5-4. And my preseason prediction actually had the Memphis Grizzlies here. So I finally got one that's actually going right. I just predicted that the Grizzlies would, they'd still take a leap, but they would be in the play-in still. I feel like they're doing really good right now. John Morant is looking really good, like an MVP candidate, hopefully an all-star guard this year. But I think Memphis is going to be the 7th through 10th seed play-in team. A young team, a scrappy team, a fun team, but they're growing. Currently, number 8 are the Denver Nuggets at 4-4. My preseason prediction, I had the Portland Trailblazers here. Portland is struggling just because Dame is struggling right now. He's averaging like 17 points on like 15% from the three. He's not shooting it well at all. He's taking about the same amount of shots that he usually does, but he's just not hitting them this year. I don't know if it's just his mental is not into it, but if Dame doesn't get going, Portland doesn't go anywhere. As good as CJ is playing and Norman Powell and all them, it relies on Damian Lillard. And right now he's not even playing like an all-star. So he got to pick it up. 9th currently in the West is the Los Angeles Clippers at 4-4. I had the Los Angeles Clippers 9th in my preseason rankings. So that's two of them that I've gotten right. I felt like the Clippers were going to struggle without Kawhi this year, but I still felt like Paul George was going to be able to lead them to at least the play-in spot. And that's what he's doing right now. He's playing like an MVP candidate. He's shooting it well. He's getting others involved. Reggie Jackson's continuing to do good, and they have a deep, talented team. But I expect them to be around this range without Kawhi. And if Kawhi comes back, they can potentially get into the championship, I guess, contending team. Number 10 in the West right now is the Portland Trailblazers at 4-5. My preseason prediction, I had the Minnesota Timberwolves. I just felt that Minnesota was going to take a leap this year. They're still in the contention to do that. They have Anthony Edwards playing really well. He's not shooting it well, but he's playing well. He's taking a leadership role. You got Cat, who's really efficient, putting up numbers, doing all that. Still not contributing to the wins all the way, but he's still doing good. And D'Angelo Russell, man, he got to get healthy. He just got hurt again. You cannot rely on him. It seems like he's always hurt. And before that, he was even struggling. So if all three of them could put it together, have Malik Beasley off the bench, give something, then they might get into the play-in, but we got to see. Number 11, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves at 3-5. My preseason prediction, I had the New Orleans Pelicans. This was before I knew that Zion wasn't going to play like the first 2 weeks of the season. They have looked pretty bad without Zion, and I think they have some good pieces. And Devontae Graham, who's good. He's not really efficient, but he's a good player. Jonas Valanciunas has looked really good. He's shooting efficient. He's averaging like 19 and 12 or something. And Brandon Ingram has looked good. He's just been hurt. But without Zion, this team is not going nowhere. Currently last in the West right now. So this prediction has been wrong so far. Number 12, currently in the West, we have the San Antonio Spurs at 3-6. My preseason prediction had the Sacramento Kings here at 12. The Kings right now are doing a lot better. They're 6th in the West right now, so I might have ranked them a little too low. I don't know, it's early. They do have some studs in De'Aaron Fox, who's not shooting it well right now, but he's a good player. And I really like Davion Mitchell, who's a rookie from Baylor, who's defensive minded, but can hit shots, score. He's not afraid of anything. He's a leader. Harrison Barnes having his best year so far, so we'll see. And Rashawn Holmes too, a double machine. But we'll see, if they can keep this up. Currently 13th in the West are the OKC Thunder at 2-6. Both of those wins have come against my Lakers. And my preseason prediction, I had the Spurs. which are 12th right now, so about the same range that I had them. This is a young team. Greg Popovich is just trying to get them to play together. He's trying to find a star. DeJounte Murray's looking like a star, averaging almost a triple-double, 20 points per game. Not many people are talking about it because he's in San Antonio, but he looks like a good young wing, so young point guard really. So we'll see how they progress. I doubt they're gonna make the playoffs again, but they're building for the future. Currently, number 14 in the West is the Houston Rockets at 1-7. My preseason prediction had the OKC Thunder here, and they're 13th right now. So again, about the same range that I had them. I mean, anybody can see that they're going to be a bad team. They're very young. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander looking really good, especially against the Lakers. Yeah, this team has a lot of talent, but they're just trying to figure it out right now. They're young. They got a lot of draft picks, and in the future they will be a scary team. Josh Giddey has looked good too as a rookie so far, so he's another piece that they could build around. And lastly, 15th in the West is the New Orleans Pelicans at 1-9. In the preseason prediction, I had the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets, yes, they're pretty much where I thought they'd be. They're 14th right now. They have a young team. You know, Jalen Green's been inconsistent, but he has had his moments. Kevin Porter Jr., same thing. They have a young team that really, for the future, can really be good. They got to figure out what they're going to do with John Wall. He's not going to play this year for them. Hopefully he can get traded to a contender. And yeah, so the Rockets, they're going to be one of the lower teams in the West for a few years, but they have some building blocks. So overall, I had a few predictions that were right. You know, a lot of them have been wrong, but like I said in the last video, it's a long season and things can change. We'll see where everybody ends up towards the end. Who's going to be in the play-in, who's going to be in the playoffs, and it should be a good, fun year tracking this league. And with that said, we'll be having more topics coming to this channel soon. It's been CoopsHoops, and y'all have a blessed time. Peace.